Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Diaries channel. In the midst of the never-ending glare of the K-pop world, there is a story that runs quietly, only visible to those who are patient enough to observe and sensitive enough to feel. Among the cheers of concerts and waves of love from millions of armies, Jungkook, BTS's Golden Magne, keeps a story that rarely appears in interviews or documentaries. A story about how jealousy can grow in silence, just because of one name, Park Jimin. They have been together for more than a decade undergoing training, enduring hardships, building dreams, and reaching the world. But behind all that success, there is also a personal relationship that is difficult to explain in words. Jungkook and Jimin are not just colleagues or best friends. They are each other's home. However, even the most peaceful home can be shaken by a little jealousy, especially when love and attachment have grown too deep. We have seen many moments when Jungkook's eyes speak louder than his lips. When Jimin is seen laughing comfortably with the other members, or even with other celebrities on variety shows, the camera often catches Jungkook staring silently, swallowing a smile that never comes out. No words are spoken, but his whole body is giving a signal. He wants to be where that person is. He wants to be the reason behind Jimin's laughter at that moment. One moment that fans often talk about is when Jimin sits next to V and they laugh out loud in a behind-the-scenes video. Jungkook, who was previously cheerful, suddenly becomes quiet, busying himself with a water bottle or just looking away. But his eyes occasionally return to Jimin. He can't help it, as if he wonders if the laughter would also be directed at him if he were the one sitting there. Jungkook's jealousy never explodes. He doesn't get angry, doesn't make a drama. Instead, he displays it very gently. A glance, a body movement that comes closer, a thin smile that is somewhat restrained. However, for ARMY who know him well, this is more than enough to know. There are feelings that are being held back. There is something that he wants to maintain. There are also moments when Jimin spontaneously compliments someone else's appearance or voice in an interview. At such times, the camera sometimes focuses on Jungkook, taking a deep breath or staring blankly ahead. It's as if he's absorbing something that has just stabbed his heart. Not because he disagrees, but because deep down he wants to be the only one complimenting Jimin. But it wouldn't be Jungkook if he didn't immediately pull himself back into Jimin's orbit. In many situations, he seems to have an emotional radar. When Jimin seems too close to someone else, Jungkook will slowly come back in, either sitting closer, touching Jimin's arm, or just standing close enough for Jimin to be aware of his presence. It's as if his body is saying, "I'm here, don't forget about me." And what makes all of this even more touching is that Jimin understands. Somehow, Jimin often gives Jungkook space, even responding with a light touch, a soft smile, or a look that only the two of them understand the meaning of. Like at one concert, when Jimin was approached by another member on stage, and Jungkook started to move closer. The camera catches Jimin turning around and laughing as he pats Jungkook on the shoulder, breaking the awkwardness and making sure he knows, "You're still my number one." One incident that really went viral among Jikook shippers was during Bon Voyage Season 4 in New Zealand. During dinner, Jimin sat next to Taehyung. Jungkook, who was initially sitting a bit far away, seemed to occasionally steal glances at them. At one point, when they all returned to the inn, Jungkook approached Jimin with a quick movement and almost without speaking, sitting very close to him. His movements were so natural but also full of meaning. Many felt that at that time, Jungkook didn't want Jimin to be too busy being close to other people. He wanted to remind them that he was there and wanted to stay close. There was also a fan cam video at one of the fan sign events that was no less exciting. Jimin was seen joking sweetly with a female fan, his eyes sparkling, his smile sincere. Jungkook, who was sitting a few seats away from Jimin, glanced in that direction with an expression that was hard to explain, not angry. But there was a flash of discomfort. Not long after, when it was Jungkook's turn to talk to the fan, he suddenly teased Jimin about the date, mentioning his name without context, making everyone turn and laugh. Is it a subtle way to get Jimin's attention back? Maybe. But one thing is clear, he doesn't want to be ignored. This isn't about drama or possessiveness. This is about someone who truly cares about another person, to the point that a third person even for a moment is enough to make your heart race. Jungkook never makes big jealous outbursts. He chooses to stay quiet, then slowly draw Jimin back to his side, in small ways that only two people who really know each other can understand. For some people, jealousy is a negative thing. But in Jikook's world, jealousy is another hidden love language. A sign that Jungkook notices, cares, and can't help but feel threatened when Jimin seems too happy with someone else. But beyond all that, what matters most is how they get back together, maintaining a connection that no one can replace. Jikook isn't just an interaction captured on camera. They are a long story of togetherness, caring, and feelings that aren't always said. And in Jungkook's many quiet moments, in his many secretive and thoughtful glances, we learn one important thing. Even in a world full of noise, true love is often seen in the small, almost missed moments. In a world as stressful as K-pop, where everything is watched and recorded, having someone to be the center of gravity is essential. For Jungkook, that's Jimin. But when that gravity starts pulling on someone else, it's no wonder Jungkook feels insecure, even if only for a moment. But for all the jealousy he's ever seen, none of it has been hateful. It's all come from sincerity, from a desire to remain a part of each other's world, from a love that's deep and irreplaceable. And maybe that's what makes Jikook's story so special. It's not just their laughter. It's not just their hugs on stage or the sweet smiles caught on camera. It's also the small emotions that only two hearts that know each other too well understand: a silent, yet real jealousy. And that's the story behind the silent gazes, small movements, and jealous moments that were never spoken in words but felt so real from Jungkook's heart for Jimin. Because behind all the spotlights, the grand stage, and the cheers of fans, love sometimes comes in the simplest form. A gaze, a desire to always be close, and the fear of losing someone who means so much. If you've also seen moments like that, moments where you're sure Jungkook only has eyes for Jimin, write your opinion in the comments column. We'll read it together, as part of a small family that believes that Jikook is more than just fan service. They are a true story that lives in silence. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Jikook Diaries channel, a safe space where unseen feelings can be expressed warmly, and hidden love can be celebrated together. See you in the next video, and as always, take care of your heart because maybe they're talking in silence. Purple Heart.